Tokyo, Japan, July 15, 2003. My eyeballs had fallen out, but I can still see. I was visiting Tokyo for the shopping and dining. I went to an octopus restaurant and the food was delicious. The moment I stepped outside, a spaceship landed in the parking lot. The captain asked if I'd like to ride. I agreed to the flight and went to space. The captain had asked why I had no eyes. I could only reply with, "I can only recollect being slapped across the face." My driver took me to a planet called Prism. The planet looked like something from my dreams. It was amazing. Colors everywhere, fancy lights, a giant robot patrolling the city. The planet was nothing to joke about. After an hour had passed, I sat on a park bench bored out of my mind. What to do? I thought. Suddenly a space crew of 3 came to greet me. They had puffy coats and on them .01, .02 and .03 respectively. They asked where I was headed, and I replied with nowhere. The space crew then asked me to come on a space trip with them. I decided to go with them because why not? In the space crew's spaceship, they had hot cocoa and root beer. I enjoyed the drinks, especially the sting of the root beer on my tongue. We found an asteroid to land on, from that we dug meteorite rock. We flew back to Planet Prism and made it safely. Back at Planet Prism, we went to go sell the meteorite rock we collected. Until a shadowy figure came to purchase our meteorite. He gave us 100 yen, which was enough for 1 rock. We closed our eyes, and the meteorites were gone. We wondered why all the meteorites disappeared. I said, "It was that shadow figure, get him." We chased the shadow figure down the road. I stumbled across a museum. I decided to let my new friends, the space crew, go chase after the shadow figure while I checked out the museum. In the museum, I found a pair of eyeballs. The shadow figure then ran in and dragged me out. I still have the rug burn from that. The shadow figure started beating me up, leaving me slapped across the face again, but with no eyes to lose. The space crew saved me from more harm from the shadow figure by distracting him. After that, the shadow figure cursed us and a UFO came to pick him back up. The security robot tried firing at the UFO but missed. 20 minutes had passed, and we were starting to get bored. We tried passing the time by playing Kick the Can, but that made us even more bored. A mothership came and started firing at Planet Prism. We were afraid, tired, and confused. I ran away, but I was grabbed by a strange alien and cuffed. I saw my space crew friends and screamed for help, but to no avail. They were captured as well. On the mothership, there was a window that we were allowed to watch from. On everyone's eyes were nanobots that held their eyes open except for me, of course. I kept hearing "submit, submit, submit" being chanted as we watched Prism. Suddenly, the water disappeared from Prism. I was upset at what was done to such a beautiful planet. They stole our water. I was locked in prison, with nothing to do and no purpose in life left. I knew we were going to be enslaved or eaten. I gave up on life, weeping in despair. We were then called out of our cells. I saw .01, .02, and .03, but they weren't focused on me. They had sad looks on their faces. Seeing their faces made me feel even worse myself. As I walked in shackles, I saw others slaving over these weird machines that made this yogurt-like fluid. The fluid looks like something the aliens would eat. Only then did I realize it was made of humans. I wanted to run, but I was stuck in shackles. I pleaded to the alien that was guarding us to let us go. The alien looked down at the floor and pondered his life choices. The alien then decided to release us. 10 minutes after being released, there was a huge riot. Fires everywhere, explosions, and chemical spills. We heard alarms coming from the mothership and felt trembles. The ship is crashing. We found parachutes, took to the sky, and landed back on Prism. The mothership landed in the ocean, creating a huge tidal wave. Luckily the wave only hit the beach and nowhere else. Soon after the crash, .01, .02, .03 and I went to go visit the museum I tried to visit earlier. I saw the same pair of eyes I had seen earlier. I ran over and shoved them in my eyeball sockets. They fit. That pair of eyes were mine all along.